Hello, in this video I'm going to cover the Service Manager and the Service Appointment Scheduler. First, we're going to start out by configuring the available services on the website. So for that, over in the left navigation, we're going to click into the Site Content area, go under Service Manager to Configure Available Services. And when we get to the Service Manager, we have an icon theme here, and it's defaulting to light. And I'll go to the site here I have in the other window and go to the actual main services page, so we can see it has that white on black. But we're going to change that to the dark theme, and we'll publish that through. So now it's a black on gray. So I like the other theme, but just wanted to show you the difference there. Kind of depends on the style or design of your website. All right, now we have how many columns will be shown here. So right now you can see I have mine set to 5. So we got 5 columns going across, but we could change that to 3 or 4. All right, I think that looks a little bit better, but that's just my own 2 cents. So moving on, we have the services listed out here, and each service that's listed out on the page is showing up on the website under the Services tab as drop-down or child pages, but they also list out individually on the Services page as well. So if you don't want a service on, all you have to do here is click the X in the upper right-hand corner, and it will remove that service. It doesn't actually delete it. If we go back to add preloaded services, it'll populate on this list. And from the preloaded list, you can check off one or multiple and add the selected services. If you need to create a service that we don't have preloaded, you can click on Create New Service, and it brings up a new window where you could put in your service name. Off to the right, you can click on Edit Icon to select one of our preloaded service icons, or you could even upload your own. You could even put in a price to display for your new service, and then you have the editor window here to add whatever text or images you want to display for that specific service. And if we click on the title for one of these services, it'll bring up that service configuration window where you could change the service name, plug in a price if you want, edit or change the icon, and then you have your editor window to edit, add, or change the information on that specific service page. So I'm going to go to oil changes here, and I'm going to put in a price for that. So I'm going to plug that in and save. Remember, on the website dropdown, we have that publish website changes to send your save changes from the command center to the website. Now we can see when we get to the oil changes service, it's displaying that price there for us. All right, now I'm going to talk about the service appointment scheduler. So on the service list here, if you want people to be able to schedule an appointment for that service, we need to have the boxes checked off here for allow web scheduling. Now, in addition to that, we have to go into the site content section under configuration to location information. And we're going to tab over to online scheduling, where we can mark that active. So I'm going to hit save and publish. And when I go back to the site and refresh, we're going to see another button populate here. So now that the online scheduling is enabled, the schedule service button will populate on each individual service page that has the allow web scheduling box enabled. And when you click on schedule service, it's going to bring you to a page where it's going to display the Google map. It'll list out the services. Since I came in through oil changes, that's already checked off, but one could check off multiple services here. And then here we have the calendar tool, where the end user will select the date they want to come in to get their vehicle serviced. Then off to the right, they would select whether they prefer a morning or afternoon appointment. The idea is the dealer would be following up with the customers to pencil them in for a specific time. So then the end user would be putting in their contact information. Their email address, and their vehicle information. So when the service request is submitted, an email would go out to the dealer. And in the command center, if we go to here on the location information to the sales and lead management tab, this is where you can plug in what email address you want the notifications to go to for the service request form. So you have to have a primary in that field, but you can add other emails to the CC or the carbon copy field. You could even put multiple in the carbon copy field. You would just be separating them with a semicolon. Now, in addition to that email notification going out, if we go into the leads and orders section of the command center, we can now go to service appointment requests, and it'll list them out here, just the basic details. And off to the right, there is a view and print button. The view button will pull up the details. So we can see, date and time stamp, contact information, services requested, the date, whether they prefer a morning or afternoon appointment, vehicle information, and any other messages that were typed in. Off to the right, you can change the status on these appointment requests as they come in. Change it from new to in progress. You could add yourself reminder notes on what you did or need to do for follow-up. Save it. Change it to complete when you're done. All right, so I'm going to back up a screen here, and we're going to go back into site content under configuration to location information. And we're going to go back to the online scheduling where we marked it active earlier, but there's some other settings here. So here we can check off what days of the week will populate on that calendar tool when scheduling services. So I'm going to have that set to Monday through Friday. You can also adjust how much lead time that calendar tool will accommodate for. So you could set that from same day up to 4 days for the lead time. You can also set how many maximum web appointments could be scheduled per day. I usually say you want to start low to get your feet wet and then increase it from there. You can also add dates to be excluded from the calendar. We'll have the major holidays for the next or upcoming year already excluded. And then you can get back to the configure services from here as well. And there's a save button down at the bottom. So that's it for the services and appointment scheduler. Thank you for your time.